After going 10-4 in a win versus Purdue in the Cheez-It Bowl, the 2023 LSU Tigers are out to hunt. Brian Kelly just completed his first season as the head coach of LSU after previously being at Notre Dame. When Brian Kelly first arrived at LSU, was met with a bit of criticism because he was coming from a program at Notre Dame that recruited mainly private school, upper middle class to rich kids. So he was going to LSU, which is a program in the South. It's in the SEC. It's a whole new recruiting dynamic that he wasn't used to being at a program like Notre Dame. So I was kind of skeptical, but he would quickly go on to confirm my skepticism with the weird dances with recruits in their visits, the fake Southern accent when he was talking to the fans. But Brian Kelly will go on to prove why he is one of the best coaches in all of college football, leading LSU to a SEC East title in his first year. They will go on to lose to Georgia in the championship game. They beat Alabama last year, and they won 10 games. So Brian Kelly is the man. He proved me wrong. I don't care how weird and quirky he is. He's a damn good coach. Moving on. Now, quarterback Jayden Daniels is another guy that kind of shocked me last year because I never saw that level of play while he was at Arizona State. I watched a lot of games of him at Arizona State, and I never saw this. Jayden Daniels will have over 3,800 yards of total offense last year at LSU in his first year with 29 combined touchdowns. He also led LSU in rushing last year with 885 yards and 11 touchdowns. Jayden Daniels is a true dual threat quarterback, and I would not be surprised if he played himself into a late first round, early second round quarterback consideration. Moving on. Tight end Mason Taylor is his top target from the tight end position. The receiver position will be contributed by Malik Neighbors, who had 1,000 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brian Thomas Jr. had 361 yards and 5 touchdowns. Bama transfer Aaron Anderson will chip in. Jaylen Brown, true freshman from Miami, will chip in. And Shelton Sampson Jr., true freshman from Louisiana, will all chip in to help him out at the receiver position. Moving on. Now, as I just mentioned, Jayden Daniels was the leading rusher last year for LSU with 885 yards and 11 touchdowns. Josh Williams was second, and they need more from the running back room. This will take LSU to another level if they can get more out of their running back room because they didn't get much last year. And when your quarterback is the leading rusher, that's never a good thing. Logan Diggs from Notre Dame will transfer in to help out the running back position. He had 800 yards and 4 touchdowns last year at Notre Dame. Now let's move on to the defensive side of the balls. Guys, you already know who I got to name first, Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins is a superstar linebacker / rusher for LSU. He was a true freshman, and he's going to be a surefire first-round pick in the NFL draft. Harold Perkins will finish his freshman year last year at LSU with 72 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and like I just said, he's a dog, he's a star, he's the best defensive player on the team, and one of the best defensive players in all of college football. If you disagree with me, comment below who you think that is. Also, Greg Penn III is the top tackler on the team with 78 tackles from his linebacker spot. Moving on. The D-line will be getting back beast and former preseason All-American Mason Smith. He injured his knee last year versus Florida State. They will be getting him back. He is projected to go in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft. Can't wait to see how he bounced back from the knee injury. Also, surprise All-American selection last year, Mekhi Wingo will be coming back to man down the D-line. Cornerbacks will be held down by Texas A&M transfer Denver Harris. Also, Deuce Chestnut, transfer from Syracuse. The safeties will be held down by Greg Brooks and Major Burns. Also, Sage Ryan will be playing some nickel and get some playing time at safety. Now, LSU did get a lot of safeties in the transfer portal, so I subject they will be a safety by committee, but I do expect Greg Brooks and Major Burns to start. Moving on to recruiting. The 2023 recruiting class is ranked number 5 according to 247sports.com, and a couple of players from the 2023 class that I expect to play, if not start, are Deshaun Womack, 4-star defensive end out of Maryland. LSU needs some pass rush. Deshaun Womack is a good pass rusher. Makes sense. Jaylen Brown, 4-star receiver out of Florida, and Shelton Sampson Jr., 4-star receiver out of Louisiana. Like I mentioned earlier, they'll be losing Keyshawn Boot to the NFL. They need some help at the receiver position. Wouldn't surprise me if one or if not both get some playing time early. Also, Zay Alexander, defensive back transfer from Southeastern Louisiana, will be playing some cornerback. Also, Omar Speights, linebacker transfer from Oregon State. Now, moving on to 2024. According to 247sports.com, the 2024 class is ranked number 5 with 16 commits. A couple players from that class that I like are Trey Dees Green, 4-star tight end out of Louisiana, Xavier Atkins, 4-star linebacker out of Texas. Colin Hurley, 4-star quarterback and the future quarterback of LSU out of Florida. And Jawan Johnson, 4-star athlete out of Louisiana, who was originally committed to Coach Prime and Deion Sanders in Colorado, decommitted, and he will be staying home playing for the hometown LSU Tigers. I predict the LSU Tigers to go 10-2 in the regular season, losing to FSU, and I think Ole Miss is going to sneak up on them and beat them. But I do predict LSU to beat Alabama. The main reason is because they have their quarterback situation figured out with Jayden Daniels. Alabama don't have their quarterback situation figured out yet, and LSU just has Alabama number. You guys let me know what you think. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.